2 hours to get ready. Like,
Yeah.
You're a girl. That's normal.
Exactly.
That's normal.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I'm trying
But
to
if
see
your
where he's trying to go with
guy
this.
was taking 2
I wanna
hours
see where he's going
every
with this.
single time,
Yeah, like, what are you
like
doing?
when you're sitting on the couch
Yeah.
waiting, like, babe, are you
Yeah, what are we
ready?
doing?
Babe, are you ready?
Yeah, I would
Babe,
get
are you ready?
annoyed probably, especially if I'm ready before you. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So would that be annoying? Would that be annoying for you? He spends all this time to get ready, all this money to buy clothing and shoes and accessories and manicures, etc. Would that
I mean, if he's
annoy
looking
you?
good, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
2 hours every
Okay, 2
time.
hours would annoy me, yes.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. Holy.
Okay.
I'm the only one.
The reason why I said that, the
Are
reason
these
why I
supposed
said
to be
that,
yes or no questions?
well, I'm going somewhere with this. Just like most of you, because most of you said it would annoy you, that's how men feel about women that behave like men. Why the hell would you want to be with a guy that behaves like a woman, taking all this time to get dressed, etc.? You'd be annoyed by it. Well, we're annoyed by girls that want to talk back to us, disagree with us, challenge our authority, act like men, be disagreeable.
But are you
men
saying
don't
that's
like
what
that.
men do?
I'm sorry?
But are you saying that's what men do?
It's an example.
What do you mean?
Okay.
What do you mean
no,
by?
I was just clarifying.
What do you mean that's what men do?
I was just clarifying.
It was like an analogy.
Because you
It's
were saying
analogy.
that women... No, yeah.
Yeah, so the same
Right.
annoyance that you would have for that guy
Yeah.
taking all this time to get dressed and being a diva,
Right.
that's how we feel about masculine women.
Okay.
I feel like those aren't
It's not attractive for you as a lady
comparable.
to behave like a man, just like it's not attractive for us to behave like a lady
Right.
when you're a
Yeah.
woman.
I can agree with
No,
that.
I get that. Yeah. But you said like arguing and everything, but I'm like, is that just what men do? But yeah. No, I get what you mean.
No, we don't like arguing
No,
with
no,
a girl at all.
I get it. I get
No.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah.
You said it's not comparable?
Stupid.
I don't think those two, like,
Why
I
not?
feel like that's not a good analogy,
Valentisi.
like, whatsoever.
Tipped $500. Valentisi ranted from Rumble and says 28 years old multi-millionaire here. All you girls are bums, and no, I don't mean financially. You would do well to just shut up, listen and try to understand what these men are telling you.
Okay,
Yeah.
He ain't playing.
Were you silent or silent?
So you said that the two aren't comparable. Why do you think that they're not comparable?
I just feel like that's just not a fair comparison. I feel like there's a big difference between someone talking versus someone getting ready, like taking time and someone speaking.
Okay, well, do you think men and women are the same?
I'm sorry.
Are men and women the same?
No.
Absolutely not.
So therefore, since they're not the same, I cannot use the same comparison. I must draw a functional equivalent.
I feel like that's not a fair
Okay, you know
comparison.
what? What's
It
the
is
better
a
scenario?
hold on.
It
It's
is
a
a fair
functional equivalent because there's the masculine and then there's the feminine, right? The polarity is there. So what I have to do is I have to put you in the shoes, right, of the man. The only way I can do that is by drawing an experience from a female side. So I'm telling you, as the woman, you now have a boyfriend who is a metrosexual who's spending more time, resources, and income to get dressed and get prepared than you do, right? He's taking a feminine role. And then I'm
I feel
asking
like
you,
that's not feminine. Looking nice, like.
Hold on.
to that degree,
To that
I
degree,
just
2
expressed.
hours.
Does he look fruity? Does he look good? Like,
I feel like
It doesn't matter. It's
you
the
know,
time.
actors,
It's the
they
time.
take time, they have upkeep, they do their makeup. Like actors that are hot guys, like Damon Salvador, who's in Vampire
Yeah,
Diaries.
before they go
all
on
these
screen.
guys-
Oh, I love him.
I know, but he's
Before they
still
go on
ready
screen,
to
they're wearing
still
makeup.
look sexy. If he wanted to look
Myron,
like that
you
every
and your
day, I
book have
wouldn't see a
changed my
problem with
life
that.
and
He looks
marriage for
good.
better.
One second.
Girls, name 3 countries. L. Chris.
Done.
Yeah, I'll do that here in a second. But you do understand that you're like naming someone who's rich, famous, and has status. It's
I'm
not the
saying
same
if
as a
there's a
regular
guy-
guy.
And on
who
set
looks
too. He's
just-
working at that time. He's not like at home. Like,
Right,
hey, my
right,
makeup
right.
people are around me at home.
I don't think you're understanding my point. My point is, if he was not a famous actor, he was at home in his bathroom, still taking the amount of time, still doing the upkeep that a famous actor would do, and still looked that good. I don't see anything wrong with it. Take 2 hours. You look good, babe. We're going out
Perfect.
together.
So I
Like,
have a question
there's
for
nothing
you.
wrong with
They're
that.
perfect.
What is a better
Again.
analogy example to illustrate this, you would say? From your point of view.
So, what's the point you're trying to make for women?
See? That's the problem.
Reiterate that for me.
You don't even
You
understand
don't even know what you're
You don't even
arguing
know
about.
everyone's
You're just
names.
arguing to argue.
I'm not arguing. I need you to reiterate it very clearly for
That's
me.
the issue
I'm
here.
not arguing.
That's the issue
I'm gonna
here.
argue
What's
my
my
point
name,
now.
baby?
I mean, I
That's
think
what I thought.
Hold on.
So go ahead and reiterate it for
Call
me,
4.
please.
I think the other ladies on the panel understood it very well. That's why all of them were like, "Hey," well, majority were like, "No, I wouldn't want my man to spend more time and resources in getting dressed than me because that's a feminine trait."
But here's the thing.
And just
he
because,
asked
and keep in
me-
mind, just because you're okay with it, because you said you're okay with it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Well, clearly you're an exception to the rule. Most of the girls here don't want it.
I understand that, but he specifically asked me on my opinion on why I think differently, and that's what I was answering. Did you forget that?
No, he said what he asked you. What analogy would you use to describe the polarity difference?
That was
That's what he
not
asked
the
you.
initial question.
That's what he asked you. I rephrase like that's what he basically said. So he said, how should he have said it then? Is basically what he said to ask you.
I would need time to think, just like you have your little notepad. I would need to write it down. I would need to think of an
You
analogy.
want one too? You can have one too, by the
I
way.
didn't write that
Can I?
analogy down. I literally I'm right. This is all your guys. I didn't even write
Do
that
you not
analogy down.
remember what you were talking about? Is that why you can't tell it to me so clearly?
And,
I literally just asked you
I'll
to
just say this. Look,
reiterate
you
it so
see,
I can
look,
make an
you see,
analogy.
and this is for the chat. What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that? There's some music.
It sounded good.
So go ahead.
That's what I'm just saying. You know, as part of like the generalized arrogance that comes from like the kind of this girl and this girl here, like just a daily conversation, like not
Listen,
actually.
Barney, I don't
not
want to
being
hear you talk
cordial.
about arrogance.
Relax.
My
But
goodness.
not having a sense of dignity,
Show
not being
Barney
cordial
looking ass.
to, not being cordial to strangers. You know, acting like
Come on,
you know.
man.
You can't say Barney?
Low IQ, low class people, like you know, guys are just like, what the fuck am I going to tolerate this shit for? I'm just going to go overseas. It's a big part of it.
I feel like at
March.
the end of the day, dating is preference. So if you want to go overseas to date someone and find what you like or what you want to be around or what you want to grow with, then do that. If you want to be in America and find someone to fall in love with, then do that. I don't think all this getting ready and getting dressed thing, like I don't think that makes a difference. Preference is preference. If you're gonna date who you want to date, you're gonna vibe with who you want to vibe with. Like
No, they're right. Getting
most
ready
about masculine and
and
feminine
talking
others.
is the same thing.
like
My
it,
bad.
it just depends. If that's what if you can deal with that, and you're gonna deal with somebody that does that, then you're gonna deal with that.
Let's
you
go
know?
Rumble.
All right.
Yeah,
Good call. Good call. Good call. Good call.
Rumble.
Good call.
Chad, I did not invite plants, all right?
Cop,
They just,
yeah, cop, yeah.
It's girls, man. Yo, Chris invited
I'm
plants.
just
I'm
a
like,
girl.
yo, that the girls hard,
If you
man.
want energy to handle these girls like we're doing right now, get the coffee.
Yeah, coffee, man.
Listen, guys.
Get some caffeine in you, bro.
Coffee is a necessity in the morning and at night when you need energy. But without further ado, guys, let's go to Rumble.
Yeah,
Support
guys,
us,
come on
support
over,
us.
Rumble. Rumble.com/freshfit, man. Come
Link
on
down
over.
below. Code is fresh. 10% off. Let's go.
Yeah, come on over, guys.
Holy.
Okay, so you were what, Chris?
No, sorry. I was
We can stay up on Twitter for a little bit longer.
So,
Relax.
pedos or girls, Myron?
Dang.
Yeah, I mean, bro, this is
Like,
crazy.
what about the good stuff? Can we talk about the good stuff? Like, what are the positive aspects of,
American women, why don't you start?
yeah. Like, well, I mean, I
What
want
do,
to
before we
know
do,
from
what do American women do better than other women around the
You
planet?
have
know
to
from
understand, this
men.
guy literally profits off of bashing off like Western women and women like us.
Which
he
guy?
profits off of
Which guy
this.
profits?
You
Me?
and like Fresh and Fit.
Oh,
But
shit.
it's cool.
We actually don't talk. We're here in Miami with you. Like, we don't even tell people to go internationally. Like, that's not our thing. We just
Yeah, no, it's fine.
so we don't.
I just want love to be loved.
Can I speak?
I think, see, I don't think we bash women. We tell women what it is. And I just told you guys why men go internationally, and all of you had an issue with it. And I'm just telling you that the reason why guys leave. And you know what's interesting?
It's that I agree with you, but it's the way that he
What's the
asked
good thing
her.
about American women,
It's the
though?
way that he asked her, what's the good thing about Western women? Like, you expect us to come up with a list of questions so you
go
can
ahead. I
argue
mean,
them.
answer it.
Or
I wanna know
answer
from a
so you can
man's
argue
point
them.
of standpoint.
Prove her wrong, ladies.
All right.
No, that's why I'm asking
Before
a
we do that,
man. I want to know from a man's
That's fine.
standpoint.
We'll get it here in a second. I just want to make sure. Did you finish what you were trying to say before? I want to make sure. Yeah, because you were talking about you didn't like the analogy or you didn't understand it. So did you come up with a better one?